Writing longer essays. What does it mean? It means we are talking about research-based essays. Such essays usually contain 2,500 to 5,000 words. And usually these are the requirement of the module or a module assessment. Usually these have been assigned by the teachers in the beginning of the semester, and by the end of the semester, these have been asked to be submitted. These required more research and organization than short essays because we can see here the word limit. To fulfill the word limit, it's very important that the research-based essays must be written because being a person, such word limit is not at all an easy task to write by someone. So the best option is for such type of longer essays, we prefer for the research-based essays. Those basically, through research, we enhanced the productivity, the worth of the composition. The most important thing is when we talk about for such a long essays, we need to think how we have to tackle these, because it is not like 200 or 250 word essays for someone. They just sit in front of the notebook and they start writing. It is not like this. It's such a difficult task to achieve. So that's why the best thing is plan your work. Now let's check. Longer assignments are normally set many weeks before their deadline. As in the beginning, I've asked such type of essays have been assigned in the beginning of the semester or module, and by the end, these have been instructed to be submitted. Students have plenty of time to organize their writing. Yes, plenty of time has been given because instructors, supervisors, they know very well it's not at all an easy task, especially for the novice learners or the one who is very first time going to dive into the world of research. Need to check requirement of the department, which is very important. For instance, you need to check what is the style of referencing in your department. Might be possible you are from humanities, might be possible for you you are from the linguistic background. So then APA citation is considered the best one. AP referencing. On the other hand, if we talk about the engineers, for them IEEE. As far as the medical or rest of the others are other departments are concerned, or fields are concerned, they have different style of referencing, maybe Chicago, maybe MLA. So first and utmost thing, you need to know which referencing style has been preferred by your department or by your field. Then method of submission, you have to ask to your heads, to your teachers, to your professors, to your supervisor, that what will be the best way to submit it, either hard copy, soft copy, mail, email, how, right? And demand of the work, etc. So the best idea is in this part, when we talk about style of referencing, method of submission, demand of work, or some other extra conditions, for that you need to talk to your department, your head. For rest of the other things, we know that how we have to plan the work. Let's check. First step to prepare yourself. For instance, this is your 8-week assignment. After 8 weeks, you have to submit. Maybe this is the third week when your teacher has assigned to you, and maybe you have total 14 or 16 weeks in your semester. Then how you have to basically align it stepwise. It's very important. Week wise, you have to align it. For instance, in the week number 1, what are you going to do? You are basically going to study the title and make first outline. It's very important. You must know what is your title, and you have to, if the choice was yours, if the choice has been given to you to choose the topic by yourself, then it become again a difficult task. It's become a hazardous task for a student. Then topic or title, it needs also a long time to think. So please very carefully narrow it down according to marks, according to the value, the worth of your this assignment, you have to check. Usually for such assignment, more marks have been assigned, more marks have been given by the teachers. So that's why you need to be very careful, very vigilantly choose the topic, narrow it down according to the requirement. You need to check what is your title. Then look for and then after selecting the title or topic, you need to make an outline. Look for and evaluate suitable sources, that what will be the best source for you, which is easily accessible for you at the time of research, at the time of finding out the facts and figures regarding that specific topic. Then in the week number 2, what should you do? Reading and note taking. Keep record of all sources used. It's very important. Keep on reading, make on taking notes, or keep on making your notes, is which is very, very, very important for you. Don't start writing. Rather than this, best idea is reading. Go through different sources, find out what is your source, note down your source. If you are using any journal, any book, any article, any website, please note down the source. Reference is very important. Modify outline. So, okay, then sorry, after taking notes, paraphrasing and summarizing, this is the step when you are basically moving towards what you are trying to make yourself capable to avoid plagiarism. Plagiarism is not allowed, and the term plagiarism is very familiar among the university students. They know what does it mean. Plagiarism we have already discussed in our previous videos. Then modify outline. Again, you need to check after reading. Might be possible before reading you were thinking on some other outlines, but after reading, after taking notes, paraphrasing, summarization, now might be possible slightly you have changed your outline and you need to modify. And yes, of course, you will do it. Write draft of main body in 4th week. Now you must know that the time is approaching. After a few weeks, you have to submit your assignment. So write draft of main body, start writing it. In 5th week, write draft introduction and conclusion. You must know that how you are going to take start of it and then how you can conclude it. If you have done with the main body first and then introduction, it has its worth, and conclusion. In 6th week, rewrite introduction. Rewrite, basically when we write once in the first draft, may be possible in the first draft, after reading, we find there are multiple things, those we need to check. Main body and conclusion, checking for logical development of ideas and relevance to title. Then you need to check logically that either you are developing your ideas in a very well way, either the idea is coherent and cohesion is there, which is the utmost thing, which is the essence of your work. In 7th week, organize list of references. The best idea is, since beginning from the day first, when you are reading, when you're going through different sources, may start making your reference list. By the end, you need to just organize it. Otherwise, you may create panic and you would not be able to write down or jot down or organize your reference list, contents list of figures, in which you have to mention that, like if you are using any figure, any table, anything, that you need to list it down. Then sometime we use keywords, we need to make its list, and appendices if required. If you have used any appendices or any appendix, any extra thing which you have basically utilized, maybe any sample essay, maybe any note which was provided to you by your teacher, for or maybe any rubric. In that situation, you need to organize it, you need to check what is your appendices, which is needed to attach with your assignment at the time of submission. Check all in text citation. It's very important because, you know, when you are going through you different sources, so of course it's mean you have referred them in your written work, and for in that situation in text and text citations are compulsory. Last but not least, proofread the whole essay before handing it in. Yes, it's very important. When I know my work is really worthwhile, I have put thousands of efforts to make or to compile or to compose it. So the best idea is please do not hand it over to anyone without proofreading. The best suggestion is, if peer work is there, like ask to your any friend, any colleague or class fellow to proofread it once you have gone through. Even though asked to someone from grammatical, syntextual point of view, you need to ask to have a look, try to find out, go through critically. If someone believes that you need to change, so change the idea. Make sure that all over presentation is clear and accurate. Nowhere ambiguity should be there. Please keep it. Remember, sometime we write something from our point of view. Don't be biased. Don't add your opinion until or unless it is not needed. It is the requirement of the type of assignment. Either your opinion has been asked or no. If no, so avoid mentioning your opinion. Just focus on one thing, and what is that? That is reality, that is facts and figures. Under the light of facts or figures, write everything, jot down your ideas, but again, don't be biased. Then for writing longer essays, as we have already talked about our week-wise preparation. Now see, the very important thing in the beginning, which was discussed, choose question or topic. Question or topic mean maybe it's a paper which you have to hand over to your teacher. So in that situation, or even a longer essay, in that situation, question or topic means here that what is the problem on which you are working on. What is the task which has been assigned to you? It's very important. You need to check again. Once I will suggest that please check either it is appropriate for you, either you can easily work on it. Do you have any chance to alter it, to change it, or no, you are bound to move along with that specific topic? In that situation, you must know what are the pros and cons of that specific topic. What is the demand of the topic? What has been asked? You need to think about it. If choice is yours, even though you need to be very careful, you must know the question or the topic which you are going to work on, that is really up to mark. Is it really already worked by someone? Sources or resources are easily available on it, then please think about it. And according to the marks division, you have to think either it is really an assignment topic, or it's a project topic, or dissertation topic. What you need to think about it. Sometime at the time of selecting the topic, we basically become very nervous, or sometimes we become very happy that we cannot understand what is the demand of your title and what is the demand of your teacher. The next, brainstorm. After selecting, after finalizing, when you are confirmed that this is your topic, brainstorm yourself. Brainstorming, now start thinking. What are you? Start asking question to yourself. Start raising question that what are you looking for? What are you waiting for? What will be your end product? And how you can basically get your that specific destination. For that, you need to set milestones that you have to do this, 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 and after achieving such and such, so and so milestone, you would be able to write or compose a very good comprehensive, worthwhile, authentic essay. Research, a very important thing, as throughout we are talking about for such type of essays, they are in demand of research. Without research, we cannot write such a long, worthwhile, authentic essays. For authenticity, for reliability, the most important thing is research. Because when we add research in anything, it's mean there are multiple things. One, first and utmost thing, when we research, when we refer something, it's mean we are avoiding plagiarism. Number two, we are basically making our work more worthwhile, authentic. You by yourself, you have no value, but when you add the reference, when you add in-text or antext citation, it's mean what are you doing? You are basically adding authenticity, reliability, that yes, reliable sources have been used, those have been added, those have been incorporated in this essay to show that yes, it is a really a worthwhile work. The next important thing is that when we refer someone, it's mean we are admitting the work of someone, we are acknowledging, we are giving respect and regard to others. So me, in the same manner, maybe the next time when someone will start writing on the same topic, you will be referred, you will be cited in someone else's work. Then plan out, please. When you have research, you have brainstorms, the topic has been selected. Now plan out how you are going to write down these all things. What will be the pathway? You need to make a flow chart style. You must know that this is my first milestone, this is second, third, and finally my destination. Develop thesis, which is very important. In my previous video and already when we talk about such long essays, so students, they are always familiar with the thesis statement. Without developing thesis statement for any essay, it's very difficult to move on, because we know the thesis statement is the backbone of any topic, any title. So we must know how to write, how to develop it, and go through its different stages of development. Then start writing an essay, because when you have developed thesis statement, it means you are confirmed, you know what is your stance on which you have to take action, and you have to basically move along with this. Then basic structure of an essay, we all are familiar what is a basic structure of an essay. But as we are talking about longer essays, so somewhere at some extent we need to add something more. Let's check. Like all essays, introduction compulsory, then body paragraph. If it is research based, of course, it means somewhere at some extent we are adding literature review. This is literature review. Basically, what is literature review? The things those have been already done, the work which is already done on that specific topic, and we are going through it to find out what is related or relevant to my topic, or from my point of view, I need to add. That is basically what that is your literature review. Then conclusion. Usually, when we talk about an essay, introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion, same in it, but we need what? Write long essay of 2,500 or more than this will follow the same basic structure, but the main difference is that usually there is more research involved in a longer essay, right? Without it, we cannot do our work. We cannot basically get our task. Now, organizing your research information, which is very important. How you will organize and from where you will take it. Internet, books, journals. These books are also available on internet, websites, dissertation, articles, different things. Those you are basically taking, you are basically going through. So you need to organize your research information. You must know from book, from journal, from website, from which thing you are basically collecting this information and how you are basically referring it ahead. Then literature review, as already we have discussed, what does it mean? It means the work which is already done on that specific topic. You are going through that topic and then you have basically searched that how much work has been done, what is the thing which is basically related to your work, and how you have to move ahead. Like for instance, if someone has done its first step, so you have to move towards the second step. When we talk about literature review, it's mean that content which we are basically referring or taking from others work. Aim intention, it shows the scope, key themes are there, which basically guide you how you can basically incorporate those ideas with your work. Expert views are there, theories are there, include all material, depends on the demand or the type of essay, which type of essay you are working on. If under the heading of academic writing, your essay type will be different from the functional English or from the maybe the business English. So it depends. You need to check the nature of your type of essay. Referencing. In-text and and-text citations are very important when you are incorporating citations. So sometime in the beginning of your what should we say, in the statement, then if it is in the beginning, you are referring to someone in-text citation, you need to refer from where you are taking, who is the writer and the year, right? The in-text citation and and-text citations. Features of longer essays or papers. Title, usually when we talk about feature of or longer essays, it has some demand and it has some ethics. Those a few rules and regulations, those we need to follow. For instance, the very first thing is title page. Of course, the title page is always a very important, because when you are going to hand it over to your supervisor or maybe your professor, your teacher, the very first thing which will be observed, that will be the title page, that how you have mentioned the topic. And when we talk about it, apart from the title, this usually shows the student's name, module, title, or maybe any specific number, semester or module number, and your, of course, your supervisor or professor as well. Content page. When we talk about content page, it means this should show the reader the basic organization of the essay, and with page number. This is basically content page. Then we have list of tables or figures, which is very important. If the essay includes visual features such as graphs, these need to be listed by title and page number. If it's not necessary all the time in your essays, it is a requirement. Again, I will say that it is a demand of your department, that either they are asking for these things, either it has been referred to you, but usually for longer essays, we prefer such things. Even sometimes we say, okay, right, if you are using any specific terms or key terms and like such type of thing, you need to mention again in another list. Introduction, we have discussed what does mean introduction, what is the problem, how it has been generated, now what we want to do, what is my aim and objective. So these all things we basically introduce in the idea. Then main body. In main body, when we talk about, so it's mean, what are we talking about? Main body. If a numbering system is used, the chief section of the main body, you may use 1, 1.1, 1.2, or 1, 2, 3. It depends how you are using. Either you need to give heading, either you need to mention numbering in different steps, either the bulleting is needed, or what is the requirement. These are the main thing. Those again you need to concern from your department, from your specific teacher, that what is the demand of his assignment. Then conclusion, of course, when we talk about conclusion, how you are going to conclude it is very important, but keep it remember, conclusion is always a sort of summary, whatever you have already done. Do not introduce something new. No new idea should be discussed which has already not been discussed in your whole work. So please, the conclusion must be a very comprehensive, brief, brisk, because it is the whole picture of your work, which is very important. List of references. Yes, as we have already discussed, this is a complete list of all the sources cited in the text. Writers occasionally also include a bibliography, which is a list of sources read but not cited. Sometimes we may read different books, different things, maybe websites, but what do? We do not cite it. We just read it and we grasp the idea and then we start writing. But when you do this, then it's mean bibliography. But when you cite something from any specific book, article, or maybe from any dissertation, then when you cite it, and then when you explain from where you have taken the, who has the writer, publisher, etc., journal name, this is list of references. Appendices, appendix, if you believe that you have used. These sections are for data related topics that the readers may want to refer to. Each appendix should have a title and be mentioned in the main body. Maybe when you are writing any essays, so you have, as we have already used, or we have already discussed, that maybe you have used any rubric, maybe you have used any sample essay, maybe you have basically collected data for that specific topic. So maybe you have prepare any questionnaire, maybe any survey or something like this, or data related things. Then you have to add appendix wise, appendix A, appendix B, appendix C, or appendix 1, 2, 3, as according to again the requirement of your department. But again, it is not necessary. If it is the demand, okay. Otherwise, it's up to you, or according to the demand of your assignment. Sample essay, let's check sample essay. Sample essay, we have basically going here, evaluate the risk of using nuclear energy as an alternative to fossil fuel. Introduction. You can see here it has been introduced. An introduction is of approximately 3 paragraphs. Usually in general essays of 200 or between 300, we basically asked to write one introductory paragraph, which is more than enough, right? But as we are talking about, we are talking about longer or lengthy essays. So in that situation, your introduction, again, if we talk about the like 3, 4, 5 paragraphs, so it depends what is your word limit. According to that, 1/10 or 115 can be the demand of your introduction, the word limit, right? Then reason for using nuclear energy, and see in introduction here, Bodansky, 2004, here you can easily see the in-text citation is also there. So citation is also you need to cite things while you are introducing the idea, or then as much you are going on. So in-text citation and text citations will be used. Reason for using here in the reasons for using nuclear energy, one, see this is 1, and then 1.1, an alternative source of energy. It's mean this is the subheading of reasons for using nuclear energy. Then 1.2, limitation of other energy sources. And side by side, you can easily observe that in-text and antext citations are also here. Like in 1994, you can see here it is used. It means it has been basically what it has been referred. Then 1.3, reducing carbon dioxide emission. 1.4, cost efficiency. Then number 2 point, main heading is health and safety concerns. It has subheading like 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. What does it mean? It's mean we have basically written a longer essay, and it was the demand. We have used it here, like numbering has been, number system has been used. Then conclusion, and by the end, how we are going to end it. That conclusion, again, you can see it's all about the summarized version, whatever we have written, and then we have concluded, and by the end we have mentioned the references. So please keep it, remember, for writing longer essays, we need to put more efforts, and for putting more efforts, basically it enhances your composition style, it enhances your writing style as well. So you need to put these all things together, and then you can see it comes in such form, right? Then let's check if we take a quick review, basically main steps, again, we are going to summarize it. Step 1, choose the type of essay. It is requirement of your, again, your course. Maybe your course is academic writing. So of course, in academic writing, we usually prefer persuasive writing, argumentative writing, but maybe it's functional English. So for functional English, you may talk about narrative, descriptive, expository, etc., etc. Might be possible you are taking a compulsory English, then your demand of the essay or type of essay will be different. Step 2, pick a topic. Topic selection is not at all an easy task. Don't be so hasty when, if you have right to opt the topic, and then once you have opted, stick on it and then start working on it. Choose the writing style, which writing style you have to follow, which is, that is the demand of the your genre, your course. For instance, in academic writing, you cannot prefer I and V rather than this to show unbiased attitude. We prefer impersonal style, which is called basically third person style. And again, we need to check, is it the demand of the as writing style, maybe the narrative, maybe the descriptive. Again, depends on your course, your requirement of your topic and essay type as well. Then research the topic and create an essay outline, which is very important. Develop a thesis statement, which is very important. Without it, an essay is always incomplete. Then step 7, introduction. Then draft the body. Draft, the term draft is used. It's mean might be possible for longer essays. You need to draft it maybe 2 to 3 times, maybe 4 times. It depends how much time do you have and how much work, how much you are basically working over it. Write the conclusion. Conclusion must be a very comprehensive sum up of those all ideas. Those have already been done. Then last but not least, revise the essay, proofread it from grammatical point of view, from structure point of view, from spelling point of view. These all things are very important. And side by side, you must know either the things have are full of coherence and cohesion, which is very important. And after revising it, then please submit it. Before it, do not submit it. That is the end from my side. Hopefully it will be a great help for you. And in case of having any problem, you are most welcome. You can send your comments in comment box. And if you really like it, please subscribe it, share it, and like it. Thank you. It's time to sign off.